Good morning, traders and investors. Dale Sarger, Trader Boys. We have the markets up yet again this morning. Right? These markets are just soldiering on. So we get the S&P. It's about 0.5% to the negative for the year. So we could possibly see today go positive on the year. That would be unbelievable. Nasdaq all-time highs already is positive on the year. Absolutely crazy and insane. You can see the Dow's up 240 here this morning, and the Russell's just on a tear, up 2%. Right? Some of the stocks that are really making this market move this morning are companies like Delta Airlines, United Airlines, Carnival Cruise Lines. Right? These stocks are up pretty big. I mean, look at this. Here's United Airlines up 9.6%. Carnival is up 17 there and just jumping around like crazy. And then we've got Delta Airlines. So this is all based on the economy reopening. Right? And I think if economy reopens and these companies get busy, well, oil's got to move. So oil had kind of a pretty decent move there last week on the longer term basis. Expect that to continue. So there's some great names in oil that you could look for. Look at this XOM. Right? This stock's on a tear. It's up almost $10 in the last week. But look at the dividend it's paying, 6.2%. That's crazy. These are long-term plays. So Trader Boys, we're going to be looking at a triple income strategy for the longer-term play here. And I'm going to be covering this soon. So not time right now to buy XOM. We need a retracement on it. Another one would be Chevron. Chevron's paying a phenomenal dividend. Right around, Chevron's paying 4.9%. Okay. A little bit more pricier stock on that one, but just these are plays that have got a lot of upside potential. They've got a great dividend, and we can sell options against them on a weekly or monthly basis and bring in another income, right, while being protected. So we're going to be looking at how do you self-direct portfolios. That's going to be coming real soon on Trader Boys here. Let's go jump in. We'll take a look at the charts. Well, let's look at the economic reports week. We got an important one this week. So real quiet day today on the reports front, on the news front for the economy. Tomorrow the FOMC starts. Right? They start their meeting 2 p.m. Wednesday. Right? So the FOMC meeting, Federal Open Market Committee, this is the largest market moving event. Right? So this is one we're going to be very aware of. They whatever they may say can dramatically move the market. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Fed's got to say here on Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Other than that, we've got PPI coming out Thursday morning. That's going to have a minimal effect. Consumer sentiment on Friday. So they kind of your big ones coming through. So as for Monday and Tuesday, not a great deal. Wednesday for me, FOMC announcement day off. Okay, don't trade in the morning of the FOMC. You're likely not to have a great deal of movement. That news event hits and boom, market just explodes one way or another possibly. Right? Let's look at the charts here. This is gold on a weekly time frame. You can see kind of, I've got this highlighted in yellow here. Gold is kind of range bound here. It's about 100-point range. We are coming down in this area here where you can see the low of the tails here pushing back up. So we've had buying here, and you can see a little bit of buying to start the week out here. So gold's got a little bit of potential here to move up. Nice longer term uptrend, and yeah, we can move there. This is the S&P on a 4-hour time frame. Right, 4-hour time frame. So S&P's got a little overhead supply above us here. We got a little sideways move in here, big jump away. Right, that was really kind of a move to the downside of that downtrend, and then just above that one we get another one. So S&P's got some headway here. So looking around 32.32 would be where that supply starts to come into place. Right, so it's about 30 points above where we currently are right now in these markets, and then up here at 33.47, right, another 110 points above that one. So these are just some areas to keep an eye on this week. Right, this is where we get heavy selling from institutions already waiting and in play to be executed. Right, coming in, this is the Russell 2000. Right. 4-hour time frame, same principle, supply levels. So you can see the Russell's making a nice big move to the upside. There was some previous selling here. We've been here a couple times, so I'm not too concerned about this. Right? It is the area above us that is a much stronger area. So 1566 there. We've got The NASDAQ all-time highs right here. NASDAQ all-time highs. You can see this trend line break and just explosion. Now, what's interesting here on the 1 hour time frame of the NASDAQ is we've come down to the low here. Okay, boom, new high. Okay, sideways, drop back to this low here. Okay, and moved up and could not get through this sideways consolidation. Right now, we break the low here. Right, break those lows here. Short term, we have sellers in control. Okay, break the low, wait for the retracement. Okay, and then you can look for a short. Now you got to look at this area in here too. Okay, there is some buying pressure. Okay, buying pressure here. And what's happening here is it's coming right in line of that trend line. So that trend line is going to provide some support. And just right through here, you're also going to have some demand here. Right? Not a great deal, not a great level. You're going to have some demand here, which could give you an opportunity also to get long and continue the upside. Now, markets have been up for several days. So, ideally, right, we should get a retracement. It doesn't mean we will. So keep an eye on this. If we break this here this morning, okay, come down to here, come back up. You can look for the short, or you can look to take this long here and just keep your stops in play, manage that risk, take control of your positions. Here's Apple. I just wanted to show you Apple, all-time high. Right, just rocking to the upside. Right, big explosive move. Coming back into oil, we touched on oil just a minute ago. Here's your uptrend of the oil markets. Okay, now oil can come a little higher here, fill a gap, and on the daily chart frame, we're really not going to run into anything of significance until we get to the 47 area here. So oil's got a lot of room to the upside. This is a great play. So ideally, what would be phenomenal would be retracement, entry, and ride this uptrend. And look for companies like XOM and Chevron, etc. Big dividends, long-term plays, right? And you got, if you don't understand the option market, right? Option markets are a risk management market for insurance. They're a money-making market for short-term income, and we can also look for a longer-term play. There's so many things you can do in the option market. Phenomenal market. Just must-learn markets. And then we are back to gold. So there's a quick morning recap of what's happening here in the markets around 8 a.m. in the Eastern time. It's DAL Saga, Trader Boys. Hey, keep the stops in, stay safe, and have a great trading week. Remember, Wednesday, 2 p.m., Fed report. Be very careful around that time. Right? Highly volatile time in the markets. If you know what you're doing, great time to make money. If you don't, most people lose.